hour, low-effort show.
Welcome back to Drawn Completion. Today we talk to you about a lesser-known animated classic.
We're talking about Gallivants. We just watched it. This is something me and Derek both watched growing up.
Something that was just integral into our childhoods.
I did watch it a lot. Like, I had it on VHS and I watched it a whole lot.
I think I watched this almost like every night for like a solid month or whatever when I was like 10 years old.
You know, when you can't afford to watch
You
anything.
can't afford good movies.
Can't afford to watch anything else.
So a little background on the story in case you're not familiar with the Gallivant lore.
It's an ant movie from the 80s.
It's an ant movie, and the whole plot is about the main character trying to get his booty. Not even joking.
So, like, they have, like, a coming-of-age ritual. They got this weird ant society, and they got a coming-of-age ritual that involves growing a big lump on your butt.
Yeah, I think it's called like a thump or something.
You know, it's a kabump.
Ka-thump?
Kabump.
Kabump?
And that means,
Yeah, that means you're an adult. That means you can drink, drive, smoke.
No, but legit, they've got a club, and you can't come in unless you have a
We're
kabump.
skipping ahead of it. So basically, the main character's name is Shando, and he's pretty much a just carefree character, right?
Yeah, he's carefree.
He doesn't care about anything. There's literally a point where he almost drowns because he just doesn't care about living for a few seconds. Well, actually, what happens is he's just doing the back pedal and just bumps his head onto the wall and just literally nearly drowns right there. But his whole like life look is like, oh, who cares? Whatever. I'm gonna do what I want. Without even bringing up the concept of if you don't actually focus on your job or if you don't actually have a kathump, you can't do anything in this world apparently.
Kabump.
Kabump. Whatever.
If you keep getting that wrong, I'm gonna smack you.
Whatever. People can watch the movie themselves. We'll put a link down below so everyone else can enjoy it.
Yeah, it's free. It's one of those like free to watch movies on YouTube.
Which I don't know why, considering who is behind it. This should honestly just be on a streaming service right now.
Okay, yeah, we kept wondering like what was the animation studio that worked on. Apparently, like we looked it up. And I don't know how true it is, but it says Marvel produced it. Not because you know Marvel has done more than comics.
Marvel is the production company. It was back when they were Marvel Productions or Marvel Television.
But
it was distributed by Mediafair.
But like when we watched all the credits, and apparently like some animation, I don't know if some or all or whatever
The principal animation
was outsourced to Toei Animation. So
yes, so technically this takes place in the same world as Dragon Ball.
No, you cannot say that because Toei does a lot more than that.
Well, regardless, this is technically a Disney property.
I guess Disney technically owns it, maybe? Or
Disney could technically bring back the Gallivant brand if they wanted to at any point. But anyways, we've talked about Shando and how he's just a lazy piece of crap. There's the main mentor character named Titor, where he's like, you can do anything, but you can't do everything. So he's just constantly like, you know, whatever that means. The best character, though, is Antonin. He's sort of like the Royal Guard dude. That's who Logan's drawing right now.
You know, he's the main consult for the
consort. I wasn't paying that much attention.
Yeah, he's consult. He's there to like teach. He's there to like advise the queen on.
Yeah, and he's not happy with the main teacher guy's like method of teaching.
He really wants to be the school teacher. Basically, is his whole thing.
The movie tries to play him up as like the antagonist, and I guess he's got antagonistic like stuff going on occasionally, but really it just comes across as him like wanting just better society.
Well, yeah, the whole thing is like he wants to be the teacher of like all the young ants because he thinks Titor is too lenient with
He's
them.
too liberal.
But like the whole thing is like he would be the antagonist if he did something to like, you know, forward his goals, but he doesn't. He just talks about it. He never does anything to sabotage.
Really, his biggest issue is always with the teacher dude. That's it. Like, everything else he's fine with. But that's not the best part. I started to notice I recognized his voice from somewhere.
Oh yeah, this is what the kabumps are like.
Yeah,
it's literally
the
just
kabumps are just literally like, you know, the third section on an ant. What their bumps would be. But I started to notice, like, halfway through the movie, like, I recognized his voice from somewhere.
Oh yeah,
So I looked it up, and surprisingly, he's voiced by Peter Cullen, or if you don't know who that is, that's Optimus Prime.
Yeah, this movie's an enigma and no one remembers it.
Not only that, there's like a jester ant called Antic. Yeah, there's a lot of ant puns in this movie, my god. But he's voiced by Frank freaking Welker. You know, Fred Jones, Scooby-Doo, third highest paid actor of all time at $17.2 billion. And I'm just thinking, how did this movie ever come to be? Because it's got like such a star-studded cast when you look at it that way.
Especially for the time.
Yeah, this came out in '84. This was actually pre-Transformers, I think.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure Transformers didn't come out until '85. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me look that up, actually. But yeah, it's a trippy movie. Like, the whole plot of it is just like Shando's trying to get his bump.
Yeah, because what is it? He wants to play music. He wants to be a music and the giggers or whatever.
We're
getting ahead of ourselves.
Sorry.
So the way this works, it's everyone gets assigned their profession when they're about to graduate. They get assigned what they're gonna do for the rest of their life. And
it's a very well, not communist, I guess, but it's like very everyone knows their role.
And he's like, oh, screw all that, I'm just gonna do what I want. And he literally like sneaks into an adult like bar.
It's like a nightclub thing or
for
whatever.
ants. And he's like, I want to play with the music ants here.
And like his girlfriend / best friend or whatever is constantly like, we can't go in there. This is for adults with big old bumps and all that stuff. So he's like, well, there's some berries out here. We'll just snap them in half and put it on our butts, and people will think we're adults. And it's like that actually gets him through. It's basically they did the equivalent of like a fake ID. And he gets in, and the band's like, you think you're hot stuff, man, or whatever? Play this triple pickle pipe or whatever it's called. Some weird flute thing or whatever. Logan, do you remember what it looked like? You just draw it real quick.
It was literally like
it was like a weird trident flute thing or whatever.
It had like
and like all these ants have like 4 arms, by the way. So it's like.
It looked like
it was like
this.
Really weird looking or whatever. It looks like Antonim's like levitating it with his powers.
He probably is.
But so he that's like the hardest instrument apparently to play or whatever for some reason. He kills it and they're like, man, you're really good, but like he was shaking his butt too much. And so the fruit fell off his butt, and they're like,
you're giving like so many details.
Sorry. Well, they kick him out because like he ain't an adult, and they're like, but hey, man.
As soon as you're an adult, come back.
Come on back.
And he's like, heck yeah.
Even after finding out that he actually has like a purpose and everything, he's still the most lazy piece of crap ever, and he puts no effort into anything. Okay, that's not true. That's not true.
We fast forward to they have like a ceremony where everyone squeezes really hard, and then their bump grows on, and then they walk away with like. What is it, like the people that they're going to do their profession
job
with?
For life or whatever.
Yeah, and
all the jobs have like ant puns, like deliver ants, radiants, all that kind of stuff.
No, they don't have ant puns in there.
Yeah, they do.
No, it
You're
was.
Not paying attention to that?
No, you weren't paying attention.
You're not paying attention.
There's ants that gather solar energy, and they're called radies. That's the only.
Yes, radiants.
No, they were.
That's their name.
They were just called radies.
Oh, God.
And then
be the judge, people. Watch at home and just tell Logan how wrong he is.
And and then there's construction ants, literally named.
Yes, construct ants.
No, they weren't. They were just called constructs. Mm-hmm. I will bring up the movie right now and show you.
You can bring it up.
We literally just watched it. You know what? No, I'm going to show you after this is over, and then you'll just realize.
And then I'll add like a little thing at the end.
Logan was right.
But anyway, everyone acts like it's not a big deal. They're like, hey man, you can just try and get your bump again later or whatever, Shannon, because he doesn't get his bump. But he's like honestly devastated. He's like, you guys, this is my dream. And then like literally everything starts falling off for him. Like he gets kicked out of his home or whatever because he's like, you're a freak of nature, Shano. You're not an adult, but you're too old to be like hanging out here.
Oh yeah, everyone wears like high tops too for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason that's like, what was the 80s?
I guess so.
Oh, don't forget, everyone else has like striped stockings or whatever on their feet, on their like legs.
Oh yeah.
Everyone wears gloves and stockings. They're not born with the gloves, but they're born with the stockings for some reason.
Yeah, like it shows like eggs hatching on an assembly line, and they put gloves on the babies.
I forgot to mention. Okay, so the way ants are even born is like the eggs are put on a conveyor belt, and then sunlight is shown on them, but only for a little bit.
No. It's some kind of magic light. Okay.
Okay, fine. Some magic light.
And it's only for like a moment, and it makes the egg grow and come to life.
They hatch.
Yeah, and that comes into play later.
Yeah. So Shando basically has to live with his like teacher guy because like nobody else wants to hang out with him because he's a loser.
Yeah, they let him keep trying out different jobs, and he's bad at all of them. And he can't play. What is it? He can't
play with the giggers.
He can't play with the music ants because he's not an adult.
You're not an adult, so you can't get in the club and you can't play.
That's kind of like a big plot.
It's a very big plot hole in the whole society side of things. Like, I don't know if he's like the first one this has ever happened to or what, but like, anyways, eventually he just gets a job with the ants in charge of the eggs and everything. And of course he screws that up because one of the eggs goes missing. So he chases after that, goes into like the deep, dark tunnels. And this is where it gets very dark. He falls down a hole.
I'm just realizing we're literally just giving the entire plot of the movie.
Oh yeah, spoilers.
Oh my god.
But okay, well we need to talk about, it's a really like serious part. Have you not been plugged in this whole time?
No.
Oh, never mind. Logan's pen isn't in charge. Sorry.
It died.
He has to finish drawing Antonin. Anyways, Shando literally falls down a hole, lands butt first on this like weird like Dodoria from Dragon Ball Z like crystal thing. Shatters that till it's like a perfect circle. But it's so bright from all the like the light or whatever absorbed, it makes him go blind, and it's like played very seriously, like, oh god, I'm blind. He's like crying and crap, sings a song about how he's like never gonna be able to see again.
Honestly, that's not a bad Antonin, all things considered.
It's pretty good. Are you sure you weren't working on the original film, Logan? Back before you were born, like 7 years ago? 7 years before you were born?
I was born in
91.
91?
84.
84.
7. We do math.
There's a lot
I'm
of
really happy how you got his fat folds really well there.
He's the only ant with like defined fat folds. Well, there's like a crackhead jester that's like always with him for some reason.
He's like a weird mix of Cicero and like. I honestly, the only one who comes to mind is Cicero. He's just not as murderous as Cicero. And the jester ant's name's Antic. That's the guy who's played by Frank Welker, by the way. He's like,
let's just do a really quick one of it. Oh wait, I forgot.
They're really good. Honestly, the designs for them are seemingly made for like quick ones, aren't they?
I guess. I'm just trying to draw them really quickly. But yeah, they got weird. I don't know. They have all these different like
Jobs.
Yeah, jobs that are like assigned to everyone. But they don't ever like but then there'll be like, oh, here's a bar and music ants, but then they go out of their way to say like
we had to actually ask to be allowed to be music ants.
Yeah, because like that didn't exist before apparently.
It's like it makes you wonder like how this society kind of works, because there's also fireflies that act as street lamps, and it's like, okay,
he's gonna bump too because he's an adult.
Yeah, but so Shando goes blind, and then like
just for like one song.
Yeah,
it's not that important.
Remember, if you ever go blind, just cry, because that's apparently all you need to do.
Yeah, he even says like the tears wash the blindness away.
Then he meets like one of the best parts of the movie.
No, wait, you're glossing over a part. Literally, the ball that he drops on comes that glowed so bright it blinded him. It doesn't glow anymore, and now it just follows him around.
Yeah, the ball basically becomes, it's like an ant in his blob or whatever. If you've ever played a boy in his blob, it's basically that.
And like, this is also important. It's the same shade as his skin.
As his butt.
Yeah, as his skin. And he thinks it's his kabump, the thing that's supposed to grow out of his butt. He's like, I must have fallen so hard it knocked it out of me.
Shando's an idiot. I don't know if we've like clarified that. But so he basically tries to get out of here because he's got the egg, he's got the what he thinks is kabump.
And he meets God. Yeah, the best part of the whole movie, it's a two-headed worm monster called the Vanter Viper, and it wants to eat the egg. And it's got a really great musical number that it goes through the whole time.
Basically, it's... Oh my god, it's like... Okay, so if you've ever seen Cat Dog, imagine if there was just two cats instead of cat and dog.
Well, there's...
Because their personalities just like constant snark with each other.
There's a... antonym.
There's antonym and antic. Antonym using his telekinesis to like... my bones! Oh wait, ants don't have bones.
I mean, this will be fun. I'm gonna draw the Vanter Viper next.
So like, the Vanter Viper has a really cool design because it's like it's blue and it's red on each side.
And purple
like,
in the
blue,
middle.
one side's red, and then the middle's purple.
It's quite literally a worm with a head on each side.
And their noses are like barbed or something, or like spiked. I can't remember which. But just great voice and everything. They're like really menacing. The only thing that really keeps them from being like horrifying is they don't have any fangs or whatever. But I guess that just means they swallow ants whole or whatever. But anyways, they catch Shando and they're like, "Oh yes, give us the egg and your weird butt."
They go through like a whole big musical number where you learn about how they
hate each other.
Yeah, they hate each other.
What is it? Evil and what? What was their names? Hang on.
Edel? The red one was Edel, and the blue one... Feis.
Feis.
Edel and
Feis.
Yeah, the red... I'm drawing...
Yeah. Edel and Feis, that's it. So who played them? Barry Gordon. I never like I've heard that name. Oh, wow! So, Edel was actually voiced by Barry Gordon. He's the original voice of Donatello and Bebop in the old TMNT cartoon.
God, really?
Yeah, and Vice was voiced by Fred Travalena. He's a entertainer and comedian or whatever. Actually, he had a really good, like, career and everything. He's not, like, part of the TMT, but, like...
He's not someone that you recognize.
It's weird how, like, this film seems to have, like, more things that, like, we recognize than we initially thought.
We didn't know this till, like, minutes ago when we were researching it, by the way. Like, all this stuff we looked up, we're like, we've known about this movie and watched it, like, all
since our childhoods.
But, like, now just today, we've learned a lot about it. God, this is literally like what he looks like, too.
Yeah, that's just, I think that's Edel.
Yeah, I'm drawing Edel Weissel. Here we go.
And it's...
Looks like a big foreskin.
It's a simple design, but it really works.
Looks like a big old foreskin.
Thanks, Logan. I really didn't want to have to think of it like that, but that's... Yeah. Draw some balls, too, why don't you?
I could. Okay, if you want to.
Anyways,
we
won't spoil the whole rest of the plot, even though I did like 90% of it there.
I was like, man, we were going to discuss this movie, and then I just realized Derek's just ranting the whole plot, like as I draw like the first image.
But it does have some really good songs in it. Like, it's really surprising how well the songs are put together. Like when they go to that bar. Like
that's one of the best songs.
Yeah, the Giggers, like, I'm surprised how they actually sound like a band. Like, it's not just like crappy, like, oh, here's kids TV music or whatever. Like, oh, this actually sounds like a song.
Oh yeah, some of the songs I really like, and the ending one when Shando,
yeah,
everything's right in the world and he finally becomes an adult, blah blah blah. That's like one of the better songs.
Oddly, the worst song, which it's not a bad song, but like the worst one is probably from Optimus Prime himself.
Yeah, Antonym has like a really,
man.
I guess it's meant to be like
his villain song, but it's not really a villain song.
It's one of those talky sing song, like
because Peter Cullen can't really sing.
I don't know if he can or can't.
He has one good part in the song that really like Oh yeah, this is getting good, and then it ends.
Yeah, it's like right at the end when he finally starts
All right,
singing.
so all right, remember Edel's like real stiff, but Vice has got like the floppy dong.
He's just thin. Is all it is, really.
This is my favorite Pokemon right here.
Your favorite Pokemon?
Yeah, Vanterviper.
Interviper. They make it seem like a Vanterviper is like a known thing that can occur in the world too. Like,
Yeah.
Like they're like,
Oh, that's another thing. This world is like kind of weird. To me, it gives off like, you know, far off. If you've ever seen Wizards by Ralph Bakshi, it gives off the same kind of vibe as that. Like it feels like just over the hill there's a bunch of like Nazi elves or something, just like waiting to like go into song or whatever. It doesn't feel like it's a all fantasy world. It just feels like it's like our world that kind of got shoved fantasy influences into it, you know?
Do you remember what the police ants were called?
Enforcers, ant forcers, or something like that.
They're just called Enforce, and
Yeah,
they had
Enforce,
they had a big N on their head.
And they carry around like weird, like half durian fruit, like shield things.
Yeah, for some reason, like
That way, the other three hands are free for police brutality.
So, like, just analyzing what they say in the world, Antonin basically says that the Enforce, like, assured him that there were no Vantervipers in these tunnels.
And then it's like, well, Shando saw some. That actually brings into the thing where we were surprised about Antonin, because he doesn't really deny Shando any credit when it's like proven that he was wrong.
Well, yeah, like
he gives there's a part where like, you know, Antonin was about to be given the credit for saving the egg or whatever.
Yeah, and
but he's like, no, actually that was Shando this whole, or however Optimus Prime fucking said.
That was Shando this whole time. He like, I know he's supposed to be the antagonist, but he doesn't do anything to like physically try to like stop like Titor or Shando, or he doesn't try to like.
It's more like he waits for themselves to make mistakes.
That's what he it's literally it. He even says he's basically expecting them to like making it a mistake themselves is what he's expecting. He's expecting them to mess up all on their own.
Which is like, it's less evil. It's just more like, I have no like faith in you.
Pretty much, like he doesn't really. I don't know how to describe it other than he does come off like
this right here is gonna be the new face of Fur Affinity. These two love the boys.
Oh, I gotta put some warts
People
on
watching
them.
this, you need to get some like R34 on this right away.
I know this one.
I know. How about like we get some people just like put their OCs oddly attracted to like Edel and Vice for some reason. Oh, and for some reason Edel and Vice are like now separated, and they both got like really big bara bodies.
You're getting way out there now.
I get the Gallivant Rule 34 community rolling.
They
There's none. There's no Rule 34. We need to fix this.
So now we're gonna.
Oh, what else?
We're gonna do a sexy lady. Oh yeah, like all the women ants in it.
Thick.
No, they are not all
They
thick.
are.
And
There's one stick lady. Oh, but yeah, like all the females do like have just obvious cleavage. That is the thing.
it doesn't even really look like cleavage.
Look at that
though.
smug look. You just drawn like a couple lines and I can already feel the smugness. Where are you drawing, the queen?
God, I don't really know.
I
I'm gonna draw the queen. This can become the queen.
She actually had like one of the less memorable designs.
I thought she had one of them.
I'm pretty sure she was like, doing it with like the jester ant.
I think you're right.
Because he was like both the court jester and the court
Concubine. We made that joke a lot. Like he's the court concujester. I don't even remember what she looks like entirely,
God,
but
there has been actual like toys and stuff of this.
really,
Yeah. That's what she looks like. She got a lot of bedroom eyes going on, doesn't she?
Something like that. I don't even. God, this is like a hard one to remember.
I'm pretty sure this was based on like a children's book because it said it's based on something from Scandinavia.
That's
right.
wait.
She's
That's
like the only one who has like purple.
yeah.
So okay, so everyone like the boys and girls are like separated. Like the boys have blue on their arms and legs, and the girls have pink on their arms and legs. But the queen's the only one who has purple. And I just now realized, well, duh, because purple's the color of royalty.
She's got a. Okay, she's got a scarf.
She's got a scarf. She's got a weird. I don't know. It's. God, this whole like movie is just an acid trip half the time, to be honest.
They harvest crystals that
That's right.
they harvest crystals that like absorb sunlight or something.
And so, okay, so that confuses. Good lord.
She'd be out here looking like Big Weld.
She is the queen. Queen ants do have the biggest booty. I mean,
Well,
how's she gonna be
make
pushing out all them eggs?
let's make her as sexy as possible.
Don't do it.
What do you mean don't do this? I've done way worse on this show.
I'll do way worse.
I've done incredibly worse things on this show.
Stop saying that.
She's got like the... Why are you making that noise? She's a beautiful woman.
She is. She's a beautiful egg.
Here we
You know what
go.
you say about girls with 4 arms, right?
4 vaginas?
Imagine.
You were like,
Oh.
where did you? You're like, what are you
I know.
talking about?
Yeah, like they harvest light through like crystals and everything. And I never understood that. That's actually no. They've only got 4 digits.
What?
Remember, that's a constant thing they talk about. Remember when the big old drummer dude is like, "Give me 4 down low,"
Oh my God, you're right.
and it's cartoon logic, Logan. Come on.
There.
Thank you. That would have really annoyed me.
Here I am trying to make a sexy ant, and I'm messing up the
You gotta
fingers.
focus on the digits. I can't find sexy.
They give her like huge tacos.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, she got like a big old billowy scarf and stuff.
Yeah.
Just like letting everyone know she's the queen.
I'm the queen.
Quine. I'm the queen.
The quinine.
It is such a wonderful movie though, because
It's
not only does it have like a really oddly star-studded cast, the animation is really good at parts.
pretty bad.
Like throughout most of it, it's like, you know, pretty good for like, you know, straight to VHS stuff. But then it's just got like really smooth animation at like lots of different points. Like there's that one scene where like Shando's just shaking his butt when he's in the club, and like the fruit thing he stuck on his butt's like just about to go off. It's like that's really smooth. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. Toei's the one who's like made this apparently, or animated it, or animated parts probably.
I just know we saw Toei animation in the credits.
I actually joked about it before we started the movie that like Disney had made it or whatever, and it's like when we saw that Marvel had produced it, it was like, oh god, Disney did have a hand in this in some way.
No, they did not at that time.
Not at that time, but like they do technically.
I guess they.
I don't know how stuff works with production companies.
They might have like the film rights or something now.
Who knows? If you post this sexy image of this Gallivant queen,
This could just
Disney lawyers may
reignite.
call you up and like this has to go in the vault now.
They could have like the look
They can
at
have all my Gallivant Rule 34.
look. We're reigniting the fandom.
We're reigniting something, that's for sure.
We're
These
reigniting
fires
the
have been stoking
fandom.
for a while.
We're reigniting the fandom, Derek.
God, SS Sonic's gonna see this and you're also.
There, it's just something quick.
There we go.
She's beautiful.
Quick and thick.
She's lovely. She's incredible.
Just like the movie.
Just like
And
the movie.
oh my god, I cannot believe it's already been 30 minutes. That did not feel like a 30-minute episode, did it?
Just because you talked about the entire, you gave the entire movie's plot.
Okay. Okay, your turn. What were your thoughts on the movie, though?
I mean, I liked it. It's clearly a movie from like the mid to late 80s. But it's a good movie. It's got thick ants.
It's one of those things that made you feel good about like renting it from like a mom and pop video store, you know?
I didn't rent it, I owned it. I don't even remember how I got it.
I rented it and then I just never returned it.
Really?
Yeah. I did the same thing with the Tom and Jerry game for the SNES.
I'm pretty sure my parents were just that or my grandparents probably just bought like some, you know, children's movies and stuff. Probably how I got it.
You know what? There's tons of these movies that are from our childhood we probably remember that we haven't seen in forever. Who knows? Maybe we'll watch another one and just talk about that again on this show. It's low effort and we don't have to put much thought into it. And it makes love and draw.
Gallivantides.
Gallivantides.
Yeah,
Like you can tell, like who our favorite characters were, just of how Logan drew them.
I mean, this guy just looks really accurate. I just drew him.
Really? Yeah, you did a really good job on answering him.
I just drew him very accurately, and these guys.
Yeah. Also, back to the Viper.
The Vanter Viper.
Like, if you're wanting some new Vor material, people, like, these are probably your guys.
These are probably your guys.
Big old mouths.
All
no
they do
teeth,
is sing about swallowing eggs the whole thing.
and how two heads are worse than one. And if you want like a new girl of the month or whatever, there you go.
The movie eventually whatever, I don't even care to say this. The movie eventually becomes about shoving mutated babies onto your butt.
Yeah. So
No context.
you're right.
No context.
Basically, Shando learns that
You can shove mutated babies onto.
And he just needs to shove a mutated baby onto his butt. And everyone is completely fine with that.
No, one guy's completely fine with that. No one knows.
Everyone who matters is completely fine.
No
with
one
that.
else knows. Oop. How about yanked my charge cord there? But yeah, Gallivants. It's a weird
piece of 1980s like history, y'all.
A weird piece of media that that everyone's forgot about.
Yeah, it's Zeus.
Well,
Are you drawing Antic?
No, this is Shando.
Oh, Shando. Honestly, Shando, even though he was like obviously meant to have like a more memorable design, is like one of the least memorable characters.
Whoa! He's literally just a regular ant with like this little hat on.
Yeah, it wasn't a leaf. It was like a weird piece of wood or whatever.
Like a piece of nut.
Just draw like a detailed baby on his butt. Oh, that's great. Yeah, like draw like the hollowed outline of the baby's screaming face on his butt.
It's not a butt, that's his Donald Duck moment.
Oh. Draw like the hollowed out face of a screaming person on that thing.
Whoa, it's the queen!
And even though you can't see it since it's off screen, he is an adult.
There, we can fix that. Wait, no, I can't, because I'll ruin the... Wait. Hold on. There we go.
There we go. What's going on, Queen? It's me, Shando. He doesn't really talk like that. He's got more of a, He almost sounds like he's like Leonardo from the old TMNT cartoon.
That's after he gets his kabong.
Yeah.
The queen is so beautiful.
The queen is there. No wonder you're my mom. That's how ant queens work.
I mean, that's how it works in real life. We don't know how it works in Gallivant.
You're right. You're right. I should stop trying to like push modern.
They already like harvested white
light through crystals and everything.
Yeah, and with magic. Now we're gonna draw another antonym to send us all.
They're queer. Like, and draw them all jiggly. I can tell you really like antonyms. Make my fat folds feel things.
He's the only one with like weird fat folds. Whoa. We'll just. Oop.
Wait, how do I hand sound? Yeah, and he's got the wizard hat. Yeah, so like him and like the Titor teacher or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
Titor,
had weird
the teacher.
wizard's hats.
Except his has a star
Yeah,
on the
his
top.
is more important. But for some reason, he just really hates the other teacher guy.
Well, he's not even a teacher. He's a advisor
Oh,
to
right,
the queen.
he's an advisor to the queen.
Which
He wants to advise her about it.
Which you think he would want to? He would be like, why would he even like care?
again,
Then
it
he's
seems
already
to
got
be-
like.
It seems to be that he really wants to like focus on the next generation.
Yeah, he does say he thinks Titor is too lenient, is what he thinks.
It's obvious the queen has no feelings for him, even though he's right there in all his jiggly glory.
Oh my, the queen is so beautiful.
I'm Optimus Prime.
He's
little heart. I love this.
oh, he doesn't got his antenna.
Make them all straight and rigid. He's got an ant erection. But yeah, that was us talking about Gallivants. Somehow making that stretch to nearly 40 minutes.
Watch Gallivants.
In the link below.
Yeah, we'll link to the video.
This has been Drawn to Completion. I'm Derek.
I'm
Logant.
There we go. I couldn't find my cursor.
I'm Derek, and he's Logant.
I'm Giant Penis Logan.